Well, he's no stranger to our Connecticut-style kitchen. Our next guest bakes, he cooks, writes a blog that has captured the attention of over 2 million viewers. He's over here making sure I get it right. He's author of the popular cookbook, The New Portuguese Table. It is David Leite. He's back at it again, playing with our palates. I love that. Hey, we can go again if you wanted to. Listen, first of all, we're so happy you're here.
Well, I'm always happy to come. You know that.
And we mentioned in the open of the show that you've been pretty busy lately.
I have.
You're going to be on a little show called something.
Yeah, that little show called, I think, Today's Show. That's what they call it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting,
That is extraordinarily exciting.
Network news.
Network news, but I will always come back to you. You know that.
Okay, just
you
making
know that,
sure.
baby.
All right, now we are making a little bit something Italian, right?
Yes, we're going from Portugal to Italy, and we're making spaghetti alla carbonara.
Ooh, what does that mean?
It's spaghetti of the coal miners style.
Ah.
And where it got its name from is that it's a legend, I don't think it's true, where coal miners would stuff their pockets when they left in the morning with cheese and pasta, things that wouldn't go bad, and they would sort of rob hen houses of eggs, and then they would boil water, make the pasta, stir in the eggs, and then the coal dust from their hair and their jacket would kind of pepper into the dish, and so this is finished with a lot of pepper. Isn't that a lovely legend? It's not true.
It's a lovely legend, and I love it.
So
I might just buy it on a bad day.
legend.
Okay, so walk us through the ingredients. What did you bring today?
All right, first, spaghetti, of course.
You
Simple dry spaghetti. Parmigiano Reggiano, you do want to have imported from Italy.
Oh.
You have Pecorino Romano, again imported. This is a cow's cheese. This is a sheep's cheese.
Okay.
Sweeter, more salty.
Ooh.
And then this is pancetta, which is Italian bacon, just like American bacon, except it's not smoked.
Oh.
You can get it rolled here. You can also get it unrolled, and it's long form.
All right.
And then some egg and some pepper for the coal dust.
All right.
And that's it. It's a simple dish. That's all you need.
And I have to say, it looks really lovely, and I love this. Is this Fiesta?
That's Fiesta. That's taken from home.
I'm putting him on the spot, everybody.
She has to. That is Fiesta. That's original Fiesta. That belongs to my partner, and if I ruin it or you ruin it, we're going to have problems at home.
Okay, so we don't want problems at home.
Just
so you have my word on it. All right, walk us through what we're going to do first.
Right. First thing you need to do is you would put on a big pot of pasta and you would boil it.
For how long?
Well, 6 to 8 minutes, 12 minutes, depending upon how thick the spaghetti is. Okay. So we're going to make believe we've done that. So this is already finished pasta over here.
Perfect.
Now, 4 major things to remember when you're making pasta. Number 1 is you want to make sure lots of water. It has to move around. Number 2, you want to have salt, but you want to salt after it comes to a boil. If you put the salt before it comes to a boil, you're going to pit the pot. And you, I know, would not want your pot pitted.
Well, that is why I've had these pitted pots. That's a hot mess.
That's the reason why.
That is right.
Number 3, you want to make sure that you use enough salt. 3 to 4 tablespoons for about 6 quarts of water, even a little bit more. That's the only time you get to season the pasta itself.
Okay.
The last thing is you want to stir, stir, stir for the first 2 minutes or so, because all that starch on the outside, if you don't stir, it'll cling together and it'll clump the pasta.
Together, right. So that's keeping it from clumping.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect.
So that's the pasta tips.
Okay.
So now what to do is, this is the pancetta, toss it in there. It's a hot bowl, hot plate. So.
And we didn't have to put any oil or anything because it's got enough fat in it from the
Exactly.
From the
recipe
bacon,
does have...
Not the bacon, the pancetta.
The pancetta, exactly.
Sorry, everybody.
Now, and you can do this.
Okay.
The actual recipe has 1 tablespoon, forgive me, of oil.
Okay.
But it's up to you. I think there's enough oil here.
Okay.
So what you would do is you would cook this. I cook this about 6-7 minutes. I like it crispy, chewy.
Okay.
So what we got is we're just going to swap this out.
For TV's sake, absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's what we got. I'm going to turn this off if I can figure out how to do it. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay. So then what we do is that's the pancetta. That would be cooking while the pasta is boiling.
Perfect.
You pour off the water for the pasta, but what you do is you save, this is more than we need, about a cup and a half of the pasta water.
Why?
Because the pasta water will thicken the sauce. And this is where all the starch went.
Perfect.
So therefore it can thicken it.
Okay.
So what you do is you take the pasta, you dump it in.
Dump it in there.
Stir, stir, stir.
Stir, stir, stir.
Okay. And what we do...
your sous chef.
Absolutely. Here's the eggs. You put in some of the hot water.
How many eggs did we use, David?
There's 3 egg yolks and 1 egg. And I'm pouring the hot water into the eggs to temper it.
To temper it.
Okay, and then take this off the heat.
Okay.
And you pour that in and keep on stirring.
Okay, keep on stirring.
Because you don't want to get it to curdle. You don't want to like have scrambled eggs in there. But if you do, it still tastes the same. You keep on going.
That's nice to know.
And then what you do is you take the cheese, which is the Parmigiano Reggiano, and also the Pecorino Romano. Stir, stir, stir.
Oh my goodness.
And what you do is you just let that, you keep on stirring, and what I like to do is let it sit for a little bit for it to absorb into the pasta.
Okay.
And then what we do is we take a good amount of pepper, because that's all that coal dust, right?
Okay.
You put it in there, and then this is the finished dish.
And that's the finished dish, folks.
Exactly.
Look at that. Oh,
so what
my
I'm going to
goodness.
do is I'm going to put it here on this very...
Oh, no. I almost dropped the fiesta, everybody.
My heart is in my feet. There we go.
This looks delicious.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And that's it. And then you...
And you can put some more cheese on that if you wanted to.
Of course you do. If you don't, you're not Italian. There's the cheese right there.
If you want to try David Leite's recipe, we're going to have everything start to finish on our website. Come to WTNH.com, click on Connecticut Style. We will have the link. It looks delicious, honey. Fabulous. Great having you. Thank you so much for being here. All right, don't go anywhere.